Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind, your daily boost, Tithi, Nakshatra, days of the year, and important birth and death anniversaries of 30th January 2026, Friday, Bengali date, 16 মাঘ 1432 Mr. Benimadov Sil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Shukla Dadusi and up to 0943 hours and after that Shukla Troyodosi. Today is Nakshatra, Mrigashira Nakshatra, and up to 0425 hours, and after that Ardra Nakshatra. Today is 30th day of the year. There are then 335 days left in 2026. Today is 5th Friday of 2026. Today is Martyrs Day. Martyrs Day in India is observed on 30th January to honor the sacrifice of Mahatma Gandhi, who was assassinated on this day in 1948, and to pay tribute to all martyrs who laid down their lives for the nation. The day is marked by prayers, tributes, and 2 minutes of silence at 11 a.m. across the country, with national leaders paying homage at Rajghat in New Delhi. Martyrs' Day serves as a solemn reminder of the values of truth, non-violence, courage, and selfless service, inspiring citizens to uphold the ideals for which countless freedom fighters and soldiers sacrificed their lives. Today is Gandhi Punnatithi, 78th Mahatma Gandhi Punnatithi, 30th January 2026. Gandhi Punnatithi is observed on 30th January every year to commemorate the death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, who was assassinated in 1948. On this solemn day, tributes are paid at Rajghat in New Delhi, prayers are offered, and 2 minutes of silence are observed nationwide to honor his life and sacrifice. Gandhi Punnatithi reminds the nation of Mahatma Gandhi's enduring ideals of truth, satta, non-violence, ahimsa, peace, and moral courage, encouraging people to follow his path in building a just, harmonious, and compassionate society. Today is Sarvodaya Day. Sarvodaya Day is observed on 30th January every year in India to mark the death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi and to reaffirm his vision of Sarvodaya, meaning the welfare of all. The day highlights Gandhi's belief in inclusive development, social equality, self-reliance, and upliftment of the poorest and most marginalized sections of society. Through prayers, discussions, and community service activities, Sarvodaya Day inspires citizens to practice compassion, non-violence, and collective responsibility, working towards a just and harmonious society where progress benefits everyone without discrimination. Today is National Dry Dinosaur Day. National Dry Dinosaur Day is celebrated every year on 30th January and encourages people of all ages to unleash their creativity by drawing dinosaurs, realistic, cartoonish, or entirely imaginary. The fun observance blends art with curiosity and prehistoric life, inspiring interest in paleontology, science, and imagination. By picking up pencils, crayons, or digital tools, participants celebrate creativity, learning, and the joy of artistic expression, making the day a playful reminder that creativity and curiosity have no age limit. Today is National Croissant Day. National Croissant Day is celebrated every year on 30th January to honor the iconic buttery, crescent-shaped pastry that has become a beloved breakfast and cake staple worldwide. Originating in France, the croissant is admired for its delicate, flaky layers and rich taste, symbolizing the art of fine baking and culinary craftsmanship. The day invites people to indulge in classic croissants or creative variations, celebrating the simple joy of good food and the cultural traditions behind one of the world's most cherished pastries. Today is Yodel for Your Neighbor's Day. Yodel for Your Neighbor's Day is a light-hearted and fun observance celebrated on 30th January, encouraging people to spread cheer by yodeling or simply making joyful sound for those around them. Rooted in the spirit of community bonding and laughter, the day promotes friendliness, connection, and breaking the ice in a playful way, whether taken seriously or just for fun. Yodel for Your Neighbor's Day reminds us that small, cheerful gestures can bring smiles, strengthen relationships, and add a little happiness to everyday life. Today is National Escape Day. National Escape Day is observed every year on 30th January and encourages people to take a break from routine, stress, and daily pressures to recharge their minds and spirits. Whether it's a short getaway, a digital detox, a creative hobby, or simply a quiet moment of relaxation, the day promotes the importance of self-care and balance. National Escape Day reminds us that stepping away occasionally helps store energy, improve well-being, and return to everyday life with renewed focus and positivity. Today is World Neglected Tropical Diseases Entity Day. World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day is observed every year on 30th January to raise awareness about a group of preventable and treatable diseases that affect over a billion people, mainly in tropical and subtropical regions. The day highlights the impact of diseases such as leprosy, lymphatic filariasis, dengue, and kala-jar on health, poverty, and social stigma. World Entity Day calls for global action, stronger healthcare systems, and equitable access to treatment, sanitation, and education to eliminate these diseases and improve the lives of the most vulnerable communities. Today is National INN Answering Message Day. National INN Answering Message Day is observed every year on 30th January and celebrates humor, creativity, and light-hearted fun in everyday communication. The day encourages people to replace their usual voicemail greetings with silly, witty, or intentionally nonsensical messages to bring laughter to callers. National INN Answering Message Day reminds us not to take life too seriously and to enjoy small moments of joy and amusement through playful self-expression. Today is National Preschool Health and Fitness Day. National Preschool Health and Fitness Day is observed on the last Friday of January each year to emphasize the importance of healthy habits and physical activity for young children. The day focuses on promoting age-appropriate exercise, nutritious eating, and overall well-being during the early developmental years. Through fun activities, play-based learning, and awareness programs, National Preschool Health and Fitness Day highlights how early exposure to healthy lifestyles helps build strong bodies, active minds, and lifelong wellness habits. Today is National Big Week Day. National Big Week Day is observed on the last Friday of January each year and is a light-hearted awareness day focused on supporting people affected by cancer and medical hair loss. On this day, participants wear bright, quirky, or oversized wigs to spark conversations, spread positivity, and show solidarity with those undergoing treatment. While found in spirit, National Big Week Day carries a meaningful message of empathy, confidence, and encouragement, reminding society to stand with cancer patients and survivors with compassion and support. Today is National Fun at Work Day. National Fun at Work Day is observed on the last Friday of January each year and encourages organizations to create a lively, positive, and stress-free workplace environment. The day emphasizes the value of fun activities, team bonding, and informal interactions in improving employee morale, collaborations, and productivity. By celebrating enjoyment alongside responsibility, National Fun at Work Day highlights that a happy and engaged workforce is key to long-term organizational success and overall well-being. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Johannes Andreas Grip Hiviger. 23rd April 1867 to 30th January 1928. Johannes Andreas Grip Heviger was a Danish physician and professor of anatomical pathology at the University of Copenhagen, best known for receiving the 1926 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for his claimed discovery of the spirop- Spiroptera carcinoma, which he reported could induce stomach cancer in rats and mice. While working at the Institute of Pathological Anatomy, he discovered new roundworms in wild rats in 1907 and conducted experiments that were at the time hailed as the greatest contributions to experimental medicine. Although later research showed his conclusions were mistaken and the tumors were caused by vitamin A deficiency rather than the roundworm, his work was pioneering in experimental pathology. Viviger's research also contributed to the development of controlled clinical trial methodology, an important foundation in modern medical research. He was respectively awarded the Nobel Prize alone after initially being considered alongside Katsusaburo Yamagiya, highlighting the recognitions of his experimental work. Despite later reassessment of the scientific accuracy of his findings, Viviger's investigations influenced by early 20th century experimental medicine and cancer research. His methods and approaches in pathology laid groundwork that informed subsequent studies in carcinogenesis. Viviger's achievements, including the Nobel Prize and contributions to clinical research methodology, cemented his historical significance in medical science. Age death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, 2nd October 1869 to 30th January 1948. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, widely honored as Mahatma and revered as the father of the nation in India, was a pioneering leader in the struggle for Indian independence through non-violent resistance. Trained as a lawyer at the Inner Temple in London, he first applied his principles of civil disobedience and non-violent protest in South Africa, advocating for the rights of the Indian community there. Returning to India in 1915, Gandhi led the Indian National Congress, mobilizing peasants, farmers, and urban laborers in campaigns for self-rule, social reform, women's rights, religious harmony, and the eradication of untouchability. He became internationally renowned for iconic movements such as the 1930 Dundee Salt March and the 1942 Quit India movement. Enduring multiple imprisonments for his activism, Gandhi's lifestyle, simple dress, hand-spun dhoti, self-sufficient living, and fasting symbolized solidarity with India's rural poor and ethical leadership. He worked tirelessly to ease religious violence during partition and undertook hunger strikes to promote peace and communal harmony. His legacy of non-violent resistance inspired civil rights and freedom movements worldwide. Gandhi's birthday, 2nd October, is celebrated as Gandhi Jayanti in India and the International Day of Non-Violence globally. Through his unwavering dedications to justice, social reform, and human rights, Gandhi remains one of history's most influential moral and political figures. His death anniversary of Mr. Orville Wright, 19th August 1871 to 30th January 1948. Orville Wright, alongside his brother Wilbur, was a pioneering American aviation innovator who co-invented, built, and successfully flew the world's first motor-operated airplane. On December 17, 1903, at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, he piloted the first powered, sustained, and controlled flight, which lasted 12 seconds, marking a historic breakthrough in human flight. The Wright brothers' work revolutionized aviation by developing crucial airplane control mechanisms that would become the foundations for modern flight. After Wilbur's death in 1912, Orville led the Wright Company as his president, guiding the commercial and technological development of early aircraft. He played a central role in advancing aeronautical engineering, demonstrating both innovations and leadership in a new industry. Their achievements not only proved the feasibility of powered flight but also inspired global progress in aviation. Orville's contributions laid the groundwork for military, commercial, and recreational aviation worldwide. He was widely recognized as one of the foremost inventors of the 20th century. His pioneering flights remain a symbol of human ingenuity, determination, and the transformative power of technological innovation. Age, death anniversary of Mr. Nathuram Premi, 26 November 1881 to 30th January 1960. Nathuram Premi was a renowned Hindi and Gujarati writer, publisher, and scholar who made a remarkable mark in the field of Jain literature, social reform, and Indian linguistics. He founded the Hindi Granth Ratnakar Karalay, which became a pivotal institution for Jain texts and classical work, earning him widespread respect among scholars. Known for promoting harmony, education, and literary preservation, he edited and published many rare Jain scriptures, modern literary works, and culturally significant manuscripts. His pioneering efforts in bringing Jain philosophy to the common reader earned him recognitions from various literary circles and community organizations. Remy was honored by Jain Sahitya Academy and received multiple felicitations titles from Hindi literature associations for his lifetime service to publishing and language development. His deep knowledge of Prakrit, Apabhramsa, Sanskrit, Hindi, and Gujarati further established him as an authority in classical Indian languages. He also played an important role in encouraging young writers and translators, contributing greatly to the growth of Hindi publishing during the early 20th century. Widely admired for his humility and scholarship, he became a symbol of literary dedication and cultural preservation. Even today, his contributions continue to inspire readers, researchers, and institutions that carry forward his legacy. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, 30th January 1882 to 12th April 1945. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, widely known as FDR, was the 32nd President of the United States and the longest serving in American history, holding office from 1933 until his death in 1945, and the only president elected to four terms. Before his presidency, served in the New York State Senate as Assistant Secretary of the Navy and as the 44th Governor of New York, where he implemented programs to combat the Great Depression. As President Roosevelt led the nation through the economic crisis of the Great Depression with his new deal legislation, creating landmark programs and institutions such as the Social Security Act, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the National Labor Relations Act. He oversaw the end of prohibition and instituted major regulatory reforms in finance, communications, and labor, fundamentally reshaping American politics and society. During World War II, he guided the United States entry into the conflict after the attack on Pearl Harbor, coordinated the Allied strategy, initiated the development of the atomic bomb, and helped lay the foundations for the United Nations. Roosevelt achieved historic electoral victories, including his 1936 landslide re-election, and formed the New Deal coalition that realigned U.S. politics. Despite personal challenges, including permanent paralysis from polio, he demonstrated remarkable leadership, earning a legacy consistently ranked among the greatest American presidents. Today is death anniversary of Pandit Makhanlal Chaturvedi, 4th April 1889 to 30th January 1968. Pandit Makhanlal Chaturvedi was a distinguished Indian poet, writer, essayist, and playwright, celebrated for his contributions to the Chayabad movement of Hindi literature and his active participation in India's struggle for independence. He was the recipient of the first Sahitya Academy Award in Hindi for his work Him Tarangini in 1955 and was honored with the prestigious Padma Bhushan by the Government of India in 1963 for his literary and nationalist contributions. Known as the Zukcharan for his poetry reinforcing Indian nationalism during the British Raj, Chaturvedi also served as editor of the nationalist journals Prabha, Pratap, and Karambir, and endured repeated imprisonment for his activism. His acclaimed literary works include Him Kirtini, Him Tarangini, Yak Charan, and Sahitya Devata, with notable poems such as Venulo Gunje, Dhara, Deep Se Deep Jala, Agnipat, and Pushke Abhilasa. In recognition of his legacy, the Madhya Pradesh Sahitya Academy organizes the annual Makhanlal Chaturvedi Samaroh and the awards of Makhanlal Chaturvedi Puruskar for excellence in poetry. Additionally, the Makhanlal Chaturvedi Rashtriya Patrakrita Vishwavidyalaya in Bhopal stands as a lasting tribute to his contributions to literature and journalism. His life and works continue to inspire generations of writers, poets, and patriots across India. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Max Taylor, 30th January 1899 to 11th August 1972. Max Taylor was a pioneering South African American virologist and physician renowned for developing the first successful vaccine against yellow fever in 1937, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1951. Becoming the first African-born Nobel laureate, educated in South Africa and London, Taylor earned a diploma in tropical medicine and hygiene and became a licentiate of the Royal College of Physicians of London as well as a member of the Royal College of Surgeons of England. He conducted groundbreaking research at the Harvard University School of Tropical Medicine and later at the Rockefeller Foundation, where he became director of the virus laboratory. Taylor's work disproved prior misconceptions about yellow fever, demonstrated the immunological identity of African and South American strains, and led to the development of the attenuated 17D vaccine strain, which saved millions of lives worldwide. His innovations included the mouse protection test for vaccine efficacy and the discovery of Taylor's murine encephalomyelitis virus, now a standard model for studying multiple sclerosis. Among his other honors, Taylor received the Royal Society of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene's Chalmers Medal in 1939, Harvard University's Petrie Medal in 1945, and the American Public Health Association's Lasker Award in 1949. He also served as professor of epidemiology and public health at Yale University. Age death anniversary of Mr. John Burdine, 23rd May 1908 to 30th January 1991. John Burdine was an American condensed matter physicist and the only person to have been awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics twice. First in 1956 alongside William Shockley and Walter Brittain for inventing the transistor, and again in 1972 with Leon Cooper and Robert Speicher for developing the microscopic theory of superconductivity, known as the BCS theory. He earned his bachelor's and master's degree in electrical engineering from the University of Wisconsin and a PhD in physics from Princeton University. Bardine's work on the transistor revolutionized the electronics industry, enabling modern devices from telephones to computers and ushering the information age. His contributions to superconductivity have had a lasting impact on nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, medical MRI technology, and superconducting quantum circuits. He was the first of only three people to win multiple Nobel Prizes in the same category and one of five individuals to win two Nobel Prizes overall. Bardeen conducted research at the Bell Lab and served as a professor at the University of Illinois, influencing generations of physicists. In recognition of his profound influence on science and technology, he was named one of Life magazine's 100 most influential Americans of the century in 1990. His dual Nobel Prizes and transformative discoveries firmly established him as one of the most accomplished scientists in modern history. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Chidambaram Subramanian, 30th January 1910 to 7th November 2000. Chidambaram Subramaniam was a distinguished Indian politician, independence activist, and a visionary leader who played a pivotal role in shaping India's agricultural and economic policies. Serving as the Minister for Food and Agriculture, he was one of the chief architects of the Green Revolution, which transformed India into a self-sufficient nation in food production, alongside M.S. Somanathan, B. Sivaraman, and Norman E. Borlaug. He also served as Minister of Finance, Minister of Defense, and Governor of Maharashtra, leaving a lasting legacy in each role. For his monumental contributions to agriculture and national development, he was honored with Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, in 1998. He also received the Youth and Peace Award 1996, the Anubrat Award 1988, and the Vayu Chavan National Integration Award for his commitment to peace, integrity, and social harmony. Subramanian also founded the National Agro Foundation and the Bharatidasan Institute of Management, reflecting his dedications to sustainable development and education. His visionary leadership and policy reforms continue to inspire generations committed to India's growth and self-reliance. His birth death anniversary of Mr. Georges Payer, 10th February 1910, 30th January 1969. Dominique Payer, born Georges Charles Clement Ghislain Payer, a Belgian Dominican friar, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1958 for his remarkable work helping refugees in post-World War II Europe, delivering his Nobel lecture titled Brotherly Love, Foundations of Peace. He earned a doctorate in theology from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas, Angelicum, in 1936 and taught sociology at the Stadium of La Sarthe during World War II. Pierre served as chaplain to the Belgian resistance, helping smuggle Allied pilots and receiving several medals for his courageous service. In 1949, he began addressing the plight of displaced persons, authoring Dure in Danude avec 60,000 DP and founding an organization that built villages in Austria and Germany to house refugees. Beyond this, he helped establish a peace university to promote global understanding and later founded Icelands of Peace, an NGO dedicated to long-term rural development in countries like Bangladesh and India. Fayar's efforts combined humanitarian aid, education, and development while maintaining a non-sectarian approach to his work. His legacy endures with the four organizations he founded continuing their work decades after his death, and a program established in his honor at the University of Oxford in 2008. Through these achievements, Payer made a lasting impact on peace, social justice, and the welfare of displaced and impoverished populations worldwide. Your daily dose of wisdom ends here, but the journey never stops. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, subscribe, and share.